Coming up on Mountain News this morning, crowds of supporters pay their respects as the loved ones of West Virginia State Police Sergeant Corey Maynard were able to say goodbye. And we hear from a Pike County teacher who knew Sergeant Maynard and reflects on what it was like to have him roam the halls.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5 a.m. on June 8th. But first, let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Brandon, on the way into work this morning, I don't know if it was fog. I don't know if it was smog.
Nope, it was fog.
There's a lot of it out there.
There is a lot of it today. Yeah. And then again, we'll probably see some haze, which is kind of what you were alluding to with the smog a little bit later on. Still from some of those wildfires, that cold front we had yesterday actually pulled more of it down with it, which is not a good situation. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But this morning it's fog. Look at the visibility map, and you don't want to know how I know it's fog because the visibility is basically close to zero across most of the region this morning. And we're under a dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock. So there you go. That just goes to show you that we're seeing some very foggy conditions. Slow down, take it easy, and be careful out there this morning. That includes Lee and Wise counties in Virginia and Claiborne and Campbell counties in East Tennessee, including 90% of our area here in Eastern and Southern Kentucky. It's foggy downtown Hazard this morning from Triangle Park, and you see temperatures a little bit warmer than we expected, actually. 48 in Wayne, 60 in Manchester, Harlan, 50 in Clintwood and Wise, which is where we're expecting them to be here in the next hour or two. But again, I think we're going to have to adjust those temperatures just a little bit. Looking at 57 in Williamsburg, 60 in Monticello as well. So again, a little bit warmer than expected in some areas, which is a kind of a good thing. I guess the fog helped us out a little bit. Maybe some clouds still in the sky this morning. Fog gives way to sunny skies as we head deeper into the day, though. We'll continue to see a warm up, but for June standards, pretty chilly. Only 75 for a daytime high. Olivia?
All right, Brandon, thank you. The memorial service for West Virginia State Trooper Sergeant Corey Maynard brought crowds of supporters to mourn the loss of a family man with a heart for his home. WYMT's Buddy Forbes was in Mingo County where first responders lined up to say goodbye as community support lined the streets.
Sergeant Corey Maynard has taken his final patrol through the area he served for 15 years.
You know, it's just tragic when you hear something like this because it's completely unnecessary. And I know there's a lot of bad things going on. I mean, in a small community like this, you know, you don't always see or hear it. And so when you do, it does really hit home.
The West Virginia State Trooper was shot and killed in the line of duty Friday.
It's just like we say, so all gave some and some gave all, and Sergeant Corey gave all for his community, and we are greatly appreciative and deeply saddened by that.
Bringing visitors from all around the nation to Mingo County to pay their respects.
When you have something like this happen, you have some of the best come out and show their support.
With balloons, flowers, and signs lining the roadways, the 37-year-old hometown hero took his last trip through the country roads.
I think at times like this, we really understand the sacrifice that they're giving when they leave their homes in the morning. You know, they don't know what they're going to face. And so because they do, we can stay at home and feel safer at night, and I'm grateful for that.
Leaving those Maynard died to protect, saying, when tragedy like this hits home, you can either shut down or show up.
They are heroes of the day. No matter what, the bad guy's never going to win, and we just love and support them, and we wanted to bring out as many people as we could.
And for his service and ultimate sacrifice, Maynard will always be on their minds and forever in their memories. In Mingo County, West Virginia, Buddy Forbes, WYMT Mountain News.
Sergeant Maynard was a tissue donor, so he will forever live on, not only in memories and his legacy, but through those his gift of life has blessed. As you can imagine, thoughts and prayers have been pouring in for the family of Sergeant Maynard. Here's what West Virginia Governor had to say during his briefing yesterday prior to the service.
We lost a hero. We lost one of our own, one of our state troopers, Trooper Maynard. I just ask that all of you will join Kathy and I in prayer for this incredible man that we lost and his great family, and it's just terrible. So for Sergeant Corey Maynard, we'll miss you.
Many people in eastern Kentucky are also remembering Sergeant Maynard. He graduated from Belfry High School 20 years ago back in 2003. One of his teachers at Belfry described Maynard as someone who was always ready to greet you and say hello.
I always remember Corey, you know, I don't know, I just remember him. Nothing stood out. It was just, he was always friendly and you could always count on him to say hi to you.
Even after graduating, Maynard remained friends with many people in the area. And now let's take a closer look at Maynard's background. As we have mentioned, he spent time growing up in Pike County in the Turkey Creek area and was born in South Williamson. He served with the West Virginia State Police for 15 years. In 2014, he was awarded the Life-Saving Award for saving a pursuit suspect's life in a situation that happened in January of that year. He is survived by his wife, Rachel, and 2 children. One person is dead after a car crash in Pike County. Kentucky State Police Post 9 received a call just after 2:15 Wednesday morning about a one-car crash on Kentucky Route 3174 in the Greasy Creek community. The initial investigation found 47-year-old Clifford Belcher of Elkhorn City was behind the wheel of a Pontiac Grand Prix when it veered off the road and overturned. Belcher was pronounced dead at the scene by the Pike County Coroner's Office. The crash now remains under investigation. KSP Post 9 also received a call around 6:15 yesterday morning about another deadly single-car crash on State Highway 194 in the Meta community. The initial investigation revealed 35-year-old Jared Stanley of Pikeville was driving a Chevy Cruze when the car left the road and turned over. Stanley was pronounced dead at the scene by the Pike County Coroner's Office. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up next, smoke from Canadian wildfires continues to cause hazy troubles for millions of people here in the U.S.
And we will likely be some of those folks impacted by that, but the forecast is already improving this morning after the fog leaves anyway, and temperatures only go up from here. I'll have the latest on this beautiful day ahead in about 3 minutes.